Yeah, awesome. So yeah, yeah, and I heard in that last last conversation, you mentioned that you started the awesome 10 years ago, roughly around 2009, 2010. And ironically, that's when I started to learn how to code myself, which was 2009. I had my first freelance client. Was a friend who was starting a skateboarding company back in that same year. So yeah, tell me how you got started in design.
Well, it goes back to I think my childhood. I used to draw like cartoon characters. I wanted to be a cartoon artist when I grew up. That was my dream. And then I was introduced to this software called Flash, Micromedia Flash. This is 1998, 1999, that time, before the millennial 2000, And I was in Istanbul, Turkey, where I was born. And then I it was introduced to this software called Flash for a reason because I wanted to like animate my characters. Like, you draw something on a paper, but like I was discovering things online that these artists would draw things and then have them talk, voice over. I was really fascinated with that. Of course, that's the time and era. Things change quickly, and then you learn things quickly as well. So I kind of learned that tool to be able to kind of adapt my designs and my drawings into a digital environment. Then I discovered that you can do a lot more with that, right? It's not just drawing, illustration, etc. Then I learned that I can design things, animate things, and I can get into web design. I can learn ActionScript, XML. Those things kind of follow right after. But it wasn't the case. That wasn't just the reason I would say, but it was definitely the reason why started liking design. And then I moved to New York early 2000s. And then I was able to kind of improve my skills because I learned English in that time frame. And when you learn English, you get to read more books. There's more resources. So I was able to kind of increase the learning curve, and I start learning design. And then most important thing I would say in my career, how I started in design is I start posting like advertising on Craigslist that I'm a Flash developer, designer, and I'm looking for projects without not finishing one project at all, right? I was just pretending like so that I could gain experience in design. So like that it kind of developed into meeting clients here in New York at Union Square at Barnes and Nobles as my office space, my HQ. It still exists. I still go to that second floor, the Starbucks there. I still like get goosebumps. I'm like, this is how I started, where I started. The books will be there. I will read the books, come to a client, and try to showcase, and impress from what I just learned 2 hours ago from the book, the bookshelves out there, the magazines. We used to remember those magazines. We used to have magazines, like buy magazines, read magazines. So I would say the beginning is like that, and then of course, and then I went to school for business and like kind of learn how to run the business side of things. Never went to school for design, but throughout that time frame, going to school for business, I would still freelance, pay my college tuition, pay my rent. And then when I finished college, immediately I started a design agency called Awesome about 10, 12, 11 years ago, and that kind of pivoted me to this kind of what I do today. But that's kind of the short explanation of how I got it.
So that was a great conversation. If you want to continue the discussion on the topics we talked about in the video, join our Tech for Entrepreneurs Facebook group. I'll leave a link below in the description. And of course, if you have a comment, leave a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, click that like button and click that subscribe button as well if you want to see more content like this in the future. I'll see you in the next one. Stay tuned.